Black Politics, Chapter 25, read by author Rashida Brown. Welcome back for Chapter 25. If I make any mistakes, please forgive me. So let's get right on to Chapter 25, the last chapter. Adara, Miss Jones is here to see you, Lydia said, slightly cracking the door. Send her in, Adara instructed. Miss Jones walked in the room looking like a new woman with her short brown bob bouncing as she walked. I see you, Miss Jones, Adara said, getting up to hug her. Have a seat, Adara said, sitting back down in her seat. Miss Jones sat down. So what brings you by, Adara asked. I just wanted to stop by and thank you all again. I appreciate everything you have done for my family and me. I also wanted to say my goodbyes. What, you're leaving? Adara asked, sitting up in her seat. Yes, it's time for my children and me to get a fresh start. I will be graduating soon, and after I'm done, I plan to relocate to Texas. I will use my degree there. I just want something new for my baby. So much has happened here, and it's time to start over somewhere else, Miss Jones said. I understand. Well, you know I enjoyed getting to know you, Sean, and your family. I'm going to miss you all. You became family to me, Adara said, grabbing Miss Jones' hands. I know, and I could never forget what you have done for us. But of course, I will have to visit you, and I hope you can visit us sometimes, Miss Jones said. You know I have to, and I would love that, Adara said. Well, I have to get going. I still got a lot of stuff to do before we leave, so I wanted to leave you with this, but promise me you won't open it until I'm gone, Miss Jones said. I promise, Adara said, getting up and walking Miss Jones to her car. Let me know when you leave. I want to see the kids before you take off, Adara said. Okay, I will, Miss Jones replied, backing out of the parking lot. Buzz, buzz. Adara's phone went off in her pocket. Adara looked at the number but did not recognize it, so she ignored it. Then just as Adara was about to walk back into the building, her phone went off again. Buzz, buzz. Who is this calling me? Adara said, taking her hand off the door handle. Hello? Adara said into the phone. Hey, is this Adara, the leader of the Black Politics group? Yes, it is. How can I help you? Adara asked. My daughter is missing and I need your help finding her. I see what you and your organization did for Sean in his case, and I thought maybe you could help me, the lady said. Adara paused for a second, not knowing what to say. Ma'am, I'm sorry to hear that your daughter is missing, but we're just getting our feet wet. We have not done anything like this before. I understand that, but that's why you started the group, right? I attended some of your events before and see how passionate you are about helping your people. I was wrong and I'm sorry for wasting your time. I just thought you could help. Wait, Adara said quickly, running in the building to the conference room. Give me your information and I can meet up with you tomorrow morning. Does that work for you? Adara asked. Yes, thank you so much, the lady said. Adara took the woman's information and they ended the call. She called in the staff for the morning meeting. Good morning, everyone, Adara greeted taking her seat. Good morning, everyone responded. Akita, Abaddon, Rosa, Mike, and Amar were in attendance. Okay, so we have a few things on our agenda today. So we know that we have my court date coming up. Miss Curl is so happy to stop by yesterday while we were out planning the wedding. She tried to bribe me not to take her to court. She offered to write me a check, renew my old contract, and not interfere with my business if I did not interfere with hers. Well, we already know how that went, Amina said. Right. I was not going for it. So as I was walking off, she threatened me. She did what now? Amina cried, standing to her feet. Calm down. It is nothing to get worked up about. We know this is what she does when she cannot have her way, Adara said. See, I told you, let me handle her. I could have been put a stop to this, Amina said. Then you wouldn't be here now. I need you out here working with us, not locked up somewhere, Adara said. What did she say? Abaddon asked. The usual, Adara said. Everyone in the room looked up, staring at Adara. Okay. She just said that I better be careful and that I messed with the wrong one. Something along those lines, Adara says. I'm starting to think that she's not playing. I mean, look how pushy she is, the type of stuff she's into. Plus, her life is on the line, so I don't know. And I wouldn't take her threats lightly, Abdullah said. I'm fine, babe. Miss Carroll is not crazy as she seems, Adara assured. So what's next on the agenda? Mike asked. We have a meeting with somebody by by the name of Tasha Williams in prison today. Also, a lady called me wanting to meet tomorrow morning. She says she needs help finding her daughter, Adara informed her team. Well, we haven't done that type of work before, Ahmad said. Neither have we worked a trial like Sean's before, but we took theirs on, Rosa said. You're right about that, Ahmad said. So I know Ahmad and Mike will be here today working on the trial. Abadan and Amina will be busy working on new projects we have coming up. Rosa is making arrangements for the wedding. Akita will be coming with me since this is her area of expertise. Adara said. Everybody got busy in the office while Adara and Akita headed to the prison. So who did you say we were meeting again? Akita asked. Tasha Williams, Adara answered. Is there anything I should know before we go in there? Akita asked. No, you know as much as I know. Her family reached out to me and I had to wait for approval on the visitation list. It will be my first time talking to the lady, so honestly, I don't know what to expect, Adara said. Okay, got it. Okay, got it, Akita said. The ladies continued to talk as they headed over to the prison. As they pulled into the parking lot, Adara got a phone call. Hello, Adara answered. Hello. Hello, who is this? Adara asked. Hey, sorry about that. My name is Cassidy, and I was wondering if you had time to sit down with me, Cassidy said. Okay, can you tell me what this is about? Adara asked. I'd rather not talk about it over the phone. Can you meet me tomorrow? Cassidy asked. Sure, I can, Adara said. Okay, great. I'll text you the details, and can you please come along? Cassidy requested. Adara paused for a moment. Okay, just send me the information, Adara said and hung the phone up. What was that about? Akita asked. Some lady named Cassidy wants to meet with me tomorrow, Adara said. Dang, did she say why? Akita asked. She didn't want to discuss it over the phone, Adara said. Oh, well I guess we will know tomorrow, Akita said. Yep, and she wants to meet me alone, Adara added, looking over Akita. Oh, well, just be careful with that, Akita cautioned. You know I will. Let us see what this is about, Adara said. They both got out of the car walking into the building. They both got signed in and were seated in a small room, waiting for Tasha. A few moments go by and then they hear footsteps and chains rattling down the hallway. Must be her, Akita said. Got to be, Adara agreed. The woman walked into the room, eyeballing Adara and Akita. She sat at the table across from them. The guard left the room and shut the door. So what is all so what so what's all this? Tasha asked, leaning back in the chair. She is a skyscraper tall, heavily built, brown complexion woman with long cornrow braids to the middle of her back. Your family reached out to me and let me stop you right there. I have told my family countless times I don't want any help. I did what I did and I do not regret it. I understand that, but no, I don't think you do. Because if you did, you wouldn't be here, Tasha said, propping her feet up on the table. Look, we're just here to talk. If you decide after we leave here today that you do not want our help, that's fine. At least give us a chance. We came all the way out here. Adara insisted. The lady looked at them both. Fine, go ahead and say what you gotta say so I can get back to my cell, Tasha said. I do not know much about your story, and your family tried to give me as much information as they could. I would like to, if it's possible, hear it from you, Adara said. Akita pulled out a notebook and pen from her bag. What, y'all going to write an article about me or something? Tasha asked. No, we're just taking notes if that's okay, Akita said. Sure, Tasha said, leaning back. So where do you want me to start? Tasha asked. You can start from the beginning, Adara said. Okay, well, I was married to my husband for 20 years. I gave him 20 years of my life. He was someone I trusted, and I would have done anything for him. I would never have thought he would turn out to be this monster, Tasha said, tapping her feet. I mean, you think you know someone, but you never truly do. I mean, he was full of so many secrets and lies. Do not get me wrong, we all got skeletons in our closet, but not like this. I would have never treated him like this. At the beginning of the relationship, he was everything I ever wanted in a man. He was sweet, kind, romantic, and a gentleman, and so much more. But I say about 2 years after we got married, everything slowly started to change. Suddenly, he stopped opening the door for me. He stopped taking me on dates, and he was barely at home. I suspected he was cheating, but I had no proof. After we had our first child, he became abusive during my whole pregnancy. He emotionally abused me. I mean, he broke me down, Tasha recounted, fiddling with her nails. I know this is hard to talk about, and I cannot imagine how you must feel. We can come back at a later date if you like. We do not have to talk about it all. We don't have to talk about all of this today, Adara said. What, are you giving up on me already? Tasha asked, putting both feet on the ground. That's not what I'm saying. Look, we want to help you. That is why we are here. I was just asking if you needed to take a break. I don't need a break, and I got plenty of time to think in here. So you wanted to know what happened? Tasha asked. I do, Adara replied. Well, let me tell my story, Tasha said. Adara nodded her head. Like I was saying, he started off being emotionally abusive at first. Then after I had our first child, it started to get physical. Little slaps here and there, nothing too bad. Silly me, I thought I could help him. Can you believe that I thought I could help him? Trust me, you're not the only one, Akita interjected. Damn right I'm not. I tried to do everything I could to make it better, but nothing worked. In the beginning, he could not keep his hands off of me. But all of that changed. He no longer found me attractive after 3 kids. When I started questioning him, that's when the abuse got worse. It was not slaps and punches anymore. It got so bad to the point where I would be in the house for weeks. He would keep me from my family and friends. I could not do anything. I know what you're thinking. Why did I not just leave? Well, I tried, and every time he found a way to get me back there. No matter what I did, I was not able to escape him. I tried, Tasha said, tapping her feet on the ground. I tried, Tasha repeated. I know. We're not here to judge you, Tasha. We just want to help, Adara said. So one night I tried to escape, the kids and me. We were almost out of the house and he woke up. He just had to wake up. If he had stayed asleep, none of this would have happened, Tasha said. I loaded the kids up in the car, and when I went in the house to get our bags, Tasha paused, looking at Adara, shaking her head and sobbing uncontrollably. Adara handed her some napkins. Take your time, Adara said softly. He he was waiting on me. As I bent down to get the bag, something comes crashing down in the middle of my back. Before I know it, I was lying on the floor on my stomach. I tried to get up, but I could not move. He grabbed me by my hair and dragged me through the house. I was knocked unconscious for hours. When I woke up, I was tied up in the basement. I begged him to let me go, but he would not. I was down there for days with no food, just water. It smelled bad down there. And when I finally convinced him to let me take a bath, he did. That is when it happened. I knew he would never let me go, and I wanted better for my babies, even if I could not have it. So, when he unchained me and took me upstairs, I grabbed a hammer off the table, and I repeatedly hit him. I don't know where I hit him. I just kept hitting him until he was not moving anymore. Tasha sobbed out, burying her face in her hands. I did not want it to be this way. I just wanted to be free, Tasha said. Adara hugged Tasha. I know, Adara said. Tasha leaned back. Look, I know you probably cannot get me out of here, but if you could do anything for me, please take care of my babies, Tasha said. Adara wiped the tears from Tasha's face. Look, I cannot promise anything, but what I can say is we will give it everything we got to get you home, if you allow us to help, Adara said. Okay, okay, I will, Tasha said, drying her face. Look, we have to go. We have everything we need for now. Can you sign these papers allowing us to take your case and have access to your information, Adara asked. Tasha signed the papers, and they finished their meeting with her. So do you think we got a chance? Akita asked, opening the door. I don't know, but it's worth a shot, Adara replied. They headed back to the office to catch the team up. It's the next day, and Adara is headed to meet the lady who called her yesterday about her missing daughter. She asked Amina to meet her over there. Why are all these cars here? Amina asked. I'm not sure, but we're about to find out. Probably just family here to support, Adara said. Oh, yes. I understand that, Amina said. Well, let's go in there and check it out, Adara said, getting out of the car. So they walked up to the door and knocked. Come on in, the lady called. Adara looked at Amina and opened the door. When they walked in, the room was full of nothing but African descent women. Hi, I'm Adara. I got a call from someone yesterday about a missing daughter, Adara said. Please come on in and have a seat. I called you, a tall, slim, light-skinned woman said. Adara and Amina took a seat. My name is Catherine. This is Stacy, Kim, Barbara, Carla, Cassidy, Tamika, Tracy, Keisha, and Candy, Catherine said. Wait, did you say Cassidy? So you would not be the lady I talked to yesterday. I was supposed to meet you after this, Adara said. Yes, that's me, Cassidy replied. What? Wait, I'm confused. I didn't know you knew each other, Adara said. We called you separately because we didn't think you would help us if you knew we knew each other, Catherine explained. So what changed? Adara asked. Well, we figured you would find out eventually, and we wanted to start out on a good note, Catherine said. Okay, so why am I here? Adara asked. You see all these ladies in the room? Catherine asked. Yes, Adara said. We all need your help, Catherine said. Adara looked at Amina. Look, ladies, I'm flattered, but I thought I was only here to help you and later Cassidy. I did not know anything about the other ladies. You told me your daughter was missing, Adara said. She is, and so is the rest of theirs, Catherine said. I would love to help you all, but I don't know if we would have the time to work on each of your cases, Adara said. All of our cases are connected, Cassidy said. How is that, Adara asked. All of our daughters were friends, and they all went missing around the same time, Cassidy told Adara. Have you gone to the police about it? Adara asked. You know, as we know, ain't nobody worried about a bunch of black girls missing, Catherine said. So what has been done so far? Adara asked. We all filed a police report, and they have done little to nothing. They have no leads or witnesses, Cassidy said. How long have they been missing? Adara asked. A little over 3 months, Catherine asked. 3 months? And nothing has been done, Adara said, looking at Amina. We are doing the best we can to bring awareness to our story. But we just do not know what more we can do on our own, Catherine said. But do you have any idea who might have done this or where they might have gone? Adara asked. If we knew that, they would be home, Catherine said. Look, I know it sounds dumb, but it could help to know I need a list. But it could help to know I need a list of places they spent time together, people they knew, any boyfriends. Any boyfriends? Did they have any enemies? What about phone records? Have you checked those? The last places they were at when they went missing. Did you notice any changes in their behaviors leading up to their disappearance? Adara asked. All the ladies were sitting there with puzzled looks on their faces. What? Adara asked. Nothing. We just decided that you're working with us, Catherine said. Well, I won't promise anything, but we will do our best, Adara said. That's all we ask, Catherine said. Give me everything you have and bring it to my office. I want to start working on this right away, Adara said. They finished their meeting and she and Amina left. You think we can do this? Amina asked. We have no choice, Adara replied. The end of chapter 25. So I know I said 25 was the last chapter, but it's not. We got one more chapter, 26, and I will see you at that video.